Heyo, what's up, baby?
What are you doing? You bored?
No, no, this is
Need
I just got
need some
done.
fucking company? So you're
Yeah,
saying
yeah, yeah, it's the it's the it's the
bored and
curse of the
lonely in Columbus.
it's the curse of the artist, right? Yeah, sure. I know all things. I need to show things to people. No, this was planned actually for 420, and
Gotcha. Oh yeah, that's right. It's 420. Yes.
happy high holiday, folks. Whether you celebrate it or not, it is part of our culture, and it has brought you a lot of my magic. So I give credence to that for sure. Yeah. Um, and I just got done with a private lesson, and I was like, well, it'd be perfect to do a 420 on 420 type of thing. Yeah.
Gotcha.
How are you, sir?
You know, I'm fried. It's just work, work, work. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I had
yeah.
yeah, yeah. So I'm here at the gallery right now, getting I have an early show tonight, so I just set up the show from last night. I never do my reset after the show because I just want to get the fuck home, you
Yeah,
know.
sure. Yeah. Oh yeah.
So when I come in the morning, I do my reset, prop maintenance, and all that
Well,
shit.
also you have a fresh viewpoint the next day. You're not, you know what I mean? So you're able
Yeah.
to really look at things and go, oh, okay, you know what? I never would have saw that unless if I was tired or if I wasn't really paying attention. And
Well, you
yeah,
know,
it
I
changes.
I do that at night. Every night before I go to bed, I do because I learned this from the program of AA, you know, about inventory.
Sure, sure.
So, you know, so when I meditate like 3 times a day. And in the
Mhm,
evening before I go to bed, I do a meditation where I inventory my day
mhm.
spiritually, mentally, physically, go through a whole the gamut of, my shortcomings, my character defects, what do I need to work on, where do I do well at? And then the last thing I do after I do the personal, I do the show you know. So I rerun the show in my head. What did I do right? What did I do wrong? What could I do better? What adjustments can I make? You know,
Sure,
and
sure.
that ends up being a creative time as well. And then
Yeah,
because I make it my last thing, my subconscious works on it while I sleep.
yep, yep,
So
absolutely.
when I wake up in the morning, I got some fresh shit happening. You know.
Absolutely, dude. Dude, I mean, literally just yesterday, I woke up with a new method for something I've been working on, and I had a dream about it. And then as I woke up, I had the method in my head. I immediately went to the drawing board, and it worked perfectly. And I'm like, ah, yeah, yeah. It's such a,
You
yeah,
know,
I,
you are a very creative guy, and I appreciate all of your work. You know,
mm,
but I'm
thank you.
curious. I'm always curious how much time are you getting on the boards? You know, performing. You know, because that's really where the real rubber meets the road kind of the deal. You know, on
Every day.
every day you're getting to perform.
Yeah,
Good,
I'm
good,
out
good.
there every day in the trenches, dude. Not just private parties and stuff, but in the trenches. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
That's
It's
where
where
the
I grew.
shit
It's
gets
where
worked on.
it's where I grew up. It's where I grew up in
Yeah.
the trenches. You know, so I was very, very, very fortunate to have the mentoring that I had when I was growing, like Del Rey and Tim Moore and all the greats that have come before us. You know, I was
Yeah.
just very,
You know,
very
Del
fortunate
Rey,
to cut my teeth on their philosophy and ideas and how they see magic.
I'm a pitch. I'm from Pittsburgh, right?
Yes, yeah.
So the first time I saw Del Rey was
Uh,
at the Gatlinburg Winter Carnival of Magic,
mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and I had heard stories about him for a while. Now, I'm a young guy, I'm like only 20, 23. I bought my
Right,
first magic book when I was 22. So
right.
that's when I started. So I'm like 23, 24. My very first convention was in your neck of the woods at the Magi Fest.
Oh wow, very
That
cool.
was my very first. My second convention was at the Winter Carnival of Magic. So anyway, Del Rey's there, and he's not doing his stage set, he's doing his close-up set.
Yeah, yeah.
So so he's got, and I weaseled my way up. You know, it's everybody seated and people are standing. Oh, you know, because
Yeah,
it's an event. You know,
yeah.
so I'm standing. So imagine if I'm Del, I was standing right here, right over his
Oh,
right shoulder,
oh,
right there. And you know something? I had to pee so bad,
oh, that's
and I
great.
went, I am not leaving this
I am
spot.
pissing my pants. I don't give a
I
shit.
will piss myself
That's right.
before
That's
I
right.
leave this man did a
Oh,
3-hour set.
yeah,
I could not believe it.
yeah,
It was
yeah,
one of the most magical experiences of my life watching this guy work, you know?
yeah,
Crazy.
yeah. Yeah, the reason Del became my mentor, like a real close personal mentor to me, was because I was being represented at the same time by the same manager. He had John Booth, I had John Booth, and John Booth found me when I was about 15, 16 years old, working nightclubs and stuff.
John Booth, the Memoirs
Yeah,
of a Magician's Ghost, Bob, John Booth?
no, Del's manager,
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Del's talent manager. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I
And
didn't know who that was. Yeah, yeah.
so yeah, and so he was with John for probably his I think about 40 years or something like that. But so John found me in a nightclub, or it was a restaurant I was doing or something. I was like 15, 16 years old, and he was like, I want to represent you. I own a talent agency, and you got a kid. He was the old guy with the cigar, the kind of guy, like the Hollywood kind of guy, but like still was he knew what he was doing. He goes, kid, you got it, you got it, you got it. I want to introduce you to somebody, one of my other clients. You'll love him, you'll love him. And he didn't tell me who it was. He goes, you and I, we're going to take a trip to the golf course. He's doing a show tonight. He's doing a show. And which is funny. Back in the day, I guess my parents just go, "Yeah, that's fine. Go off with this old man. You're fine." Guess, sure, why not? So, anyways, we get to this golf course, and there's just it. You hear you can hear the energy, you can feel the energy. It's just he's in with regular people, no magicians. I got to see him perform for the very first time ever for real people, and man, I'll tell you, dude. I walk in and I of course immediately knew it was Del Rey, right? Because I was like, "You're Del Rey? Yeah, he's been with me forever, kid. Forever, kid. Watch this guy. He's the most amazing magician ever." And so it sounds like Di Vernon. And so I got to I didn't know the table was part of it. I had no idea about any of that stuff, right? It just everything he did blew me away. And I think we were there for at least 2 hours, just like you said. Like and watching the reactions on these people's like these are very rich men and women that are losing their shit, not knowing. I mean, just losing their shit as if it's like a frat house all of a sudden. Like they're looking, are you fucking kidding me? Look, I mean, like it wasn't like, oh, hi, how are you? Have some cheese over here. No, it was fucking just Animal House fucking responses, dude. And then he took a break, and John was like, yeah, kid, come here. I want to introduce you to Del Rey. Del Rey, this is Justin. He's a new talent. And Del's like, nice to meet you, Justin. And I was just like, it's an honor, sir. Like, I have no idea if I'm even speaking right now to you. Like, I don't know what's going on. I fanboyed the shit out of it. I was young, dude. I was like, 16 years old, whatever. And that was the first time. And from that moment on, dude, Dale kind of took me under his wing and taught me a lot of things. And I got to experience Dale at not just with magicians, but with real people. And he's the best magician I've ever seen, dude. There's no question.
I have to agree. Yeah, I have to agree. I got to see him do a stage set. It's another convention.
Oh, the stage stuff is even another level, dude.
Yeah,
it's like, right. Bro, what the fuck? It's crazy, dude.
I was, when I started, so I bought my first magic book when I was in the Navy in Philadelphia, which I got to go back to that story for a minute about Jack Channon. Okay. So anyway,
sure.
I'm in Pittsburgh and Gertner's the guy. Gertner's the Wonder Boy. All the old timers are giving him the attention, and I'm a new guy, and nobody's giving me any attention. I'm hungry. I want to learn. I want to know. Nobody's giving me attention. It's all about Gartner, you know. There was one
Sure.
old timer there. One old timer, Harold Rouse was his name.
Mm.
God bless this guy. He took me under his wing. He was not a performer. You know, he was a retired. This is how old he was. He was 81 years old at this time. He was a retired organ player for the silent movies.
Oh, wow. That's so cool.
That's how old he was. He retired. That was his job for 30 years. He was retired. He retired from that when the talkies came out. And he got into this is where it's related to Del Rey. He got into the automatic garage door opener business.
Mm.
He's the guy that gave Del Rey all the transmitter and receivers.
Wow.
That was cutting edge tech. That was the first thing that transmitters and receivers were used for.
Nobody had ever done it. No, but that's exactly right. That nobody had ever done it before. They
that wasn't used in any other aspect other than for that.
That's right.
So
that's right.
So Harold hooked Dell up with all of that shit and continued to hook him up as the technology evolved and got better and better, you know.
And as he started creating new ideas and plots for
Dell would go crazy with current technology because imagine he had to use separate transmitters and receivers for each of his effects, and also interference and distance, you know. And it was all analog transmission, you know, not digital. I mean, you know, a binary. All the shit we use today now. It's infallible. But anyway,
I agree. Yeah, totally.
But Harold was a great guy. Harold Rouse took me. He would go once a year. He was married to a Filipino lady, a very young Filipino lady, because he was a Jewish guy, an old Jewish guy. His original Jewish wife passed away. He had a mail order bride from the Philippines, you know. She loved him, and they made a great couple, but she wouldn't fuck him, you know.
Oh, yeah.
So once a year, she would let Harold make a trip out to Vegas,
like any marriage.
And he was allowed to get a hooker, you know.
He got a hall pass every fucking once a year. That's fucking crazy. Oh, that's crazy, dude.
So he asked me to accompany him on this trip, you know, because he was an old guy, needed help with his luggage and shit. He paid for every Vegas. He takes me to see Skinner. He takes me to see Daniel Cross.
Oh, you got to see Cross.
Shows. Oh, God.
Oh,
he took me my first time to the castle. He took me.
Oh, that's so cool.
He took me when we were in LA. He took me to a cinephile convention, you know, because he was that was his gig for many years.
Yeah.
So it was a Hal Roach cinephile convention, a retrospective on Hal Roach. So I got to meet
that's crazy, dude. That's nuts.
And Buckwheat.
What?
But anyway,
you've lit 19,000 lives over. God bless him. Yeah. He passed the knowledge on to you. Well, let's. You can actually help me. There's other people here too. Mike.
How many people
David,
you got in here?
We got 4 right now. It looks like we got more coming in.
4.
I just put this up a couple of days ago. I was like, why not? See what happens. So what I thought I'd show you is something. It's an old thing of mine, but I saw it a couple of days ago in a video, and I was like, wow, that's a really good trick. I should probably do that again. Happy 420, folks. Paul, this will be perfect for you. You can actually help me out. So we're going to take out some cards here. I hate these things. Do you like the ears, by the way?
The what? No, I always
like the ears.
Too, yeah.
You always tear the ears off? I do too, man. I can't stand them.
Yeah.
So let me ask you a question, and you probably know this already, but if you were a layman, I would ask this question. Do you understand the idea of mates and pairs in cards?
Yes.
Yeah, you do. So you would, and just to go through, get on the Dick and Jane explanation real quick. If that's the Jack of Spades, what mate would you be looking for?
The Jack of Clubs.
That's exactly right. And if this is the, sorry about that. If this is the, let's do this one. Yeah, this one. What would that one be?
What is it? Two of diamonds, two of hearts.
So you understand the whole concept
Yeah,
of mates,
yeah.
yeah? Perfect, perfect, perfect. We're going to try something, kind of a little experiment. I do not need the Joker, so because the only mate to the Joker is the Joker, obviously. If you were here, you could shuffle these cards. You could mix them up all you want. So how many shuffles would you like me to give them?
Two.
2 shuffles. Is this fair on 1? Would you say that's 1? Yeah?
Yes.
Roughly?
Yes.
That's fair? And then 1 more, you say. Do you mind if I cut them?
No, go ahead.
Just give them a couple cuts. Perfect. We're going to use the top card in the same concept of the mate process, right? So you understand 2 diamonds, 2 hearts, all that stuff. What card do you think this might be? Take a guess. I'm kind of curious myself.
6 of spades.
No, that's close. The Queen of Clubs, but don't worry about it. We'll figure it out together. Now, the idea and the concept is, I just admitted somebody else in. Thank you guys for coming and joining us. The idea and the concept is that somewhere in the deck is the 6 of clubs. Oh, I'm sorry. Wait. It's the
Queen
what
of
was
clubs.
it? I
Queen
just
of
want to
clubs.
see. I just want to see if you're paying attention. So somewhere in this deck is the Queen of Clubs. So the idea is that it's up to you at this point. I can either shuffle the deck and cut the deck as many times as you like and then stop, or we can just go right from here. It's totally up to you. You let me know how you want to handle this. Again, the reason I'm doing this, if you were here, you literally could just shuffle the shit out of these cards and wouldn't have to deal with them. But I give you the choice.
1 cut.
1 cut, sir, is all we need apparently in your mind, and I love everything about it. We have about maybe 1 to, I have people send their name on cards all the time. I'm sure you do the same. So I got probably 47, 49 cards. If you could pick a number between 1 to 49, what number would you pick?
16.
Now we're hoping that we're going to find the mate. This is the whole idea. 16. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, counting out loud. 6, 7. Now you have a chance to change your mind. You can go either back or you can go forward past 16 still. It
No,
really
that's
is.
fine.
And this was 9. Was this 9?
Yes. Or
Sure?
was it 8?
It was 7. Damn it. I was hoping you were going to get it. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Still have a chance to change your mind, sir. 14, 15. He likes the 16. 16 card goes there. So up to this point, you really have chosen everything. And all we wanted to do, sir, is to find the mate to that Queen of Clubs. Ladies and gentlemen, that, wait, what? Wait a second. I didn't have the crimp the right way. Wait a minute. Oh, shit. Do you believe in serendipity?
Yes.
I do too. That's why I did something. And I don't know why I did it earlier, but I put 2 cards over here before we started. I forgot about these, but it makes complete sense because those matches perfectly. Those cards.
Nice.
But you have to ask yourself the question, what are the odds of this really happening? You would actually have to have it happen for it to really become oddless almost, because there's only one way that could have happened. And the only way that could have happened is if I never used any of the cards.
Nice.
That's the only way that could have happened. So yeah, this is a fun little bit, man. It's gone through a lot of iterations and a lot of different evolutions, if you will. And it's funny, I just came up with the way to ditch the other cards, because you do see the other cards in the beginning. I came up with that earlier today, coming out of a sleep as well. And I thought, well, this would just be perfect. I was going to make them separated, like cut, and then you go down like this. But I've always hated this display. I've always hated it.
Yeah.
Fucking
It's unnatural.
Hated,
it's not natural. There's nothing natural about it.
Nothing at all of this is natural at all. And it's also not natural to do this to force a card. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's just unnatural. But it is natural to do that, to display the cards. Absolutely. So what I've done is I've just taken 3 X cards, 1 Joker, double stick tape here, double stick tape here. The rest are blank. Okay.
Yeah.
And then we're going to take one pair, let's say a queen of clubs and a four diamonds, doesn't matter what it is. Then you take the matching and you put that in the bottom of the deck. Everything goes inside, and then you pull back those top two cards and you put the slab in there, right? Open everything up. As you know, you're just holding that back as you take those cards out. That goes down. You don't even think about it. You don't know, whatever. And then you get this really nice display here first. I really like this, because they see the cards. And you talk, and it also gets them, they know what a mate is now. So it's a test for them to know what a mate is. So they really think you're going to, now you can also, instead of, well, I'll get there in a second. So now I do that whole thing. And then I say, so now you understand. And now I just push the tape together. So now it's just one single unit. Now I say, well, obviously we're not going to use the Joker. The only mate to the Joker is the Joker. That's not really fun. Now that's a weird thing to say, but it still, it just sounds okay. We're getting rid of the Joker. Works. Yeah, it's weird, right? Yeah, it works perfectly. So now our situation is this: I will shuffle the cards, but I'm using my tipping zero technique. So instead of coming zero this way,
I knew that's what you were doing because you're the guy that does that.
That's exactly right. Well, I created it. That's right. That's right. I know what he's doing. Why? Because he's the guy who created it. Hey, guys, good to see you. Hey, Richard, thanks for coming in, guys. Everybody's coming in now. Thank you so much. So our situation here, so everybody knows, we have the two cards that are the mates to the cards inside the box. And then what I'm going to do is my tipping zero. So I'm going to shuffle off the cards, leaving one card behind on the left packet. And now we're going to push everything inward. I'm just going to give the exposed view. And then this goes underneath everything, right? But the reason we don't see it is because if we tip everything up and push, it looks like it's going directly shove. It's ridiculous. It just looks like
it's my favorite Zorro of all time. It's the best. It's the best.
I wish Herbs was here, man. I really wish. I would love to.
It really is. It makes perfect sense to make it deceptive for the totem. Everything on the table when you're handling cards like that to do a proper zero, it looks like professional card handling.
It does, doesn't it? Yeah, it's here. It's this thing.
It's saying that you know how to handle a deck of cards, and when you do it like that, it's just so
casual, nonchalant.
It's nonchalant. There's it adds an element of sloppiness to it.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right.
Up until that version, my version was I would actually spin the top card around.
Sure.
It would add just an element of sloppiness to it.
Yep. Totally agree. Yeah. And what I like about this is that once we do the first one, we can just let go of the deck. I mean, we're perfect. We just have that one X card on top. And then we do another shuffle. I'm happy you just said two. It worked out perfectly. I was like, I'll just do this shuffle then. And then as I'm squaring the cards up, I'm going to keep a break right there as I square up. So it's the casual break. Then we just do up the ladder cuts. And now we're right back to where we started. Okay. And now I don't, they think that the cards have been shuffled. I don't do a double turnover all the time. Get ready. I usually just do this. Look, we'll just use the top card. That's it. Just a estimation of those two cards every time. I like it. It's simple. It puts us in great position there. You don't have to do that move anymore. I like that idea where you can just lay it down, and we're now getting into whatever we're getting into. I used to do this, of course, and go this, four diamonds, great. Now, do the classic push two doubles off, that kind of thing. But honestly, man, now I just say, well, look, whatever the card is, four diamonds, great. So we'll try to find the four diamonds. Four diamonds somewhere in this, the four hearts is somewhere in this deck. Name a number. And I would have them shuffle, but when I tell them to shuffle the cards, but make sure you don't look at the cards. I don't want you to get confused with numbers and colors right now. I really want you to focus just on the four of hearts, right? So that gives them excuse that they don't look at the cards, and they don't want to mess up whatever's happened. They want to still be a part of this thing, right? Whatever number they name, let's just go simple here. Let's say it's 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And of course, I do all the bits and stuff. Hey, do you want to stop? 6, 7, 8, 9. And now we're going to do is the very underused move in Magic. I've done it. I've done so much work on it. But it's such a beautiful, beautiful thing. It's basically to make it look like you place a card down on top of another card. It's the most beautiful thing in the world. For those who don't know what's happening, we'll do it in 2 steps. So this card is being drawn back and you're flicking at the same time. That's what's happening here. Now, because we have, go ahead.
That flew right past me. I actually thought you did a bottom deal.
Oh, really?
I thought you did a fucking bottom on me, brah.
No,
I admired your bottom for a moment. I'm thinking, good thing he peeled that bottom before he smoked the rest of that joint.
I'm so glad this is recorded. This is
he
forever.
Probably couldn't pull that bottom after he smoked the whole fucking joint.
Well, let's see what happens.
That was very good. That was very good.
That means so much to me, Paul. That's so fucking cool, man. Thank you, brother. By the way, it fools everybody. It's full every single magician I've ever showed it to. Like it fools people because I make such a big deal about this whole moment, right? You would never expect that those are 2 cards. You're expecting I'm controlling cards somewhere, and I've got to get to that card, right? Yeah.
I've never seen that before.
I have to have a victory pipe smoke real quick. 1 second.
Sure, go ahead.
I appreciate it. See, you're an enabler. You're an enabler.
My nicotine.
There you go. Hey, we all have it. We all have something, don't we, brother? We all have something. Hey, we got more people. We got like 9, 10 people now. Very cool. Hey guys, how you doing? Oh, that was so much fun. Oh, that was so much fun. This is why I love what I do. It's so great. So this is so again, we're here. Whatever, 4 times, perfect. I did that wrong. Drop. And now all attention is here. And I make a big deal about you can cut, tell me how many and shuffle and whatever you want and now you name the number and then I get you to change or not change. I give them so much of the illusion they have control over everything. And they do, though, in a way, because there's nothing they could fuck up. It's an easy fucking thing.
Right.
So you can give them as much control as they can handle, right? It's such an interesting principle. So let's say it's that card, whatever. We pause here, and now we're going to add that to here, and so this thumb's just going to go here and draw. That's all that's going to happen. And if we combine that together, let's go from here. So actually, it looks like I know what I'm doing. Well, I'll do it slow. So you're here to there. When we combine that all together, it looks like the card is placed down.
It really is deceiving.
It's the perfect.
Perfect.
Yeah, it's one of those perfect things, isn't it? Isn't that crazy?
Oh, yeah.
It's nutty, man. I've been doing this stuff.
That's going right into my arsenal right now.
Oh, very cool. Very cool. So honored. So now we're it's just fun and games at this point. This is what we're trying to get. Let's see if you got it. Now for layman, I'll do this. I'll go and you don't try to do magic for a living, do you? That's horrible. You shouldn't do that. That's really bad. Maybe I messed up. And then I go to the deck as if I'm looking for something. I'm not looking at shit. And I just act. They're like, oh man. And for magicians, I'll say something like, maybe that was the crimp card. Well, maybe I don't know. Just act.
When that happened, I was thinking to myself, the dude's got some sativa.
I do, by the way. It's all sativa. Everything I smoke is sativa.
He's got sativa. He fucked it up.
Oh, I love it. Oh, I love it.
You convinced me with the crimp.
Did I really?
Yeah, you did. Cool. Yeah, you got me.
By the way, it was meant for you and other magicians here because and I wouldn't say that to layman. I would say something different. I'd be like, oh, that's where the card maybe I'm supposed to get the Joker. Wait. Oh, that's not fuck. Oh no. And then I pause and go, wait a second. Hold on, wait. No. Does anybody know what serendipity means? And then I'll look at them and they're like, yes or no. And if they don't, I'll give them a little kind of
Yeah.
definition so they understand what we're going with. Something that happens in the moment, but it means something. It's a bigger thing, a part of the puzzle, and you don't really know it until it happens. Like, this is so weird. Now I know why I did something earlier, and then I just
You know,
pause and go like this.
up until that moment, I thought that the Joker was the red herring. And I thought you were going to reach in your pocket and pull that out. But here I have a little finesse,
Yeah,
a little benediction on top of the whole routine.
yeah,
Just it's not a like a hat on a hat, a climax on a climax, like a little
sure.
subtle benediction. Because I thought that's you would put out where you put the Joker, you pull out the mate. Okay. So you might, because you mentioned earlier that a Joker, the only mate would be another Joker.
So these would be Joker. This would be a Joker.
No, no, no.
Okay.
So as an afterthought, you would just pull and take out the Joker, but there would be another Joker with it. So you'd have to leave behind the.
Oh, I like that. I like that. And then I like that. That's interesting.
Then you would say you leave that nested Joker in your pocket, but have two other Jokers. You pull them out and you just give them a little. So it looks like you pull it out as one card. You give a flip in
Yeah.
it, and then
Yeah,
you
yeah,
just
yeah,
lay
yeah,
it
yeah.
down in there to be the mates.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I like that. I like that. It
Just
has a
casually,
completion.
just casually.
There's a completion to it. Yeah, you could even go like this. You could go
Because that
yeah,
is a subtle cleanup at the end. Because don't
yeah.
forget, put all those away, you've left the Joker in your pocket.
Right, 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 right. And all you have to do is put that back on top. Something like this. It's so almost like an afterthought. So, well, we know what the Joker's made. It's only one card. We're not going to worry about that. But we'll go into the effect, and then casually pull out two cards, and then put them down next to. Go. Wait, you didn't think I'd get them,
Yeah,
or
yeah.
something? There's a line there, right?
There's something there.
Yeah,
It's
there's
just
something there.
like I said. I do this a lot.
Mm,
Because
mm.
I'm not. I used to be on the multiple climaxes, but the problem with multiple
Yeah,
climaxes is that the next one has to be stronger and bigger than the previous one.
and you lose the effect. You lose the actual
Yeah,
effect.
you lose. You lose.
In my
And playing around with all that over the years, I came up with this concept of a not another climax, but I call it a benediction, a little
love
blessing on
it,
top of it.
love it. A blessing
It's
on
it's,
top
it's
of it.
a subtle little thing that makes them raise their eyebrow a little.
Yeah, yeah.
You know.
Oh, that's so good. That's so good.